Threw a frag at me. Missed.
One was on cat. Yeah.
Nice job, Stellaric. Get an ace.
There you go.
Nice ace, Stellaric.
Alright. Don't waste ace. What's there? 3 guys in here, 1 guy bomb. 1 guy bomb. Thanks, 1 guy in the middle.
1 down.
1 bomb, 1 bomb.
Bomb next.
Still on bomb. You got TK. Behind bomb.
He's down.
Nice.
Good job.
Really quick, really.
I got smoked there. Watch out for the drone.
They killed me, they're going for power. Yep. I couldn't stop them. I damaged them a lot, but I couldn't kill them.
They breached near bomb. They're running up catwalk.
Green, nobody covered green. Darn catwalk. Behind you. One's defeat. Another one defeat. Last defeat.
No!
Are they using images or flashlight?
Both.
Barbed wire on dinghy.
Yeah, the cart is at the end of the hall.
Okay, we need to find.
Okay, I have the frag. I'm gonna open the door.
Ow, okay.
Oh, did he
No,
angle?
let me get the car. Get back up, frag!
It's fine. Everything's no, it's not.
I said.
I
yeah,
know. I was not thinking. I didn't think about
You
that.
think cover me.
Is the enemy down?
The enemy is down.
1 enemy left. There's
Yeah.
1 enemy left.
Yeah,
Where
but-
is he?
Watch out! I got a frag on.
Come on, off. I hate this.
Did I just kill everyone?
What did you do?
My red door.
They're going to shed. One shed. Watch out, Snaga.
Yep.
I'm staying quiet until they pressure. They're not in arcade yet. They're shooting from far.
Nope. Wall charge through office. Oh, it got me too. God damn.
It's the right, no door. Got him.
Nice.
Nice. One left.
Where is he?
Nice.
Oh my god.
Mike.
That's a
Nice
flex
job.
tape if I've ever seen one. Eat my beans.
You'll never take me alive.
Okay, get away.
Still, you have a flash?
I have a flash. I'm gonna pop it later, because it's just a one-way thing here. Okay, pop the flash now. Flash it.
Alright, I got one down there. Ooh,
Okay, I'm gonna smoke bomb.
Yeah, I smoke.
where was he?
Smoke out.
Damn it.
I'm gonna
turn off the
lights.
Got another one there?
I'm gonna try defuse.
I'm defusing.
Well, you do, yes.
He's on that
Do you got
side of the
placard?
bridge.
Play safe.
I got it.
Alright.
Nice.
I hate this.
I flashback.
Why did you take the shield?
Because I can't turn the flashlight on, otherwise it'll be fine.
Flash it.
Off
Right,
at the
That's a smoke. God.
I did it.
Now you guys.
Cars in the back. I need to grab that shield.
Teleported.
I got the shield.
Shotgun in
I'm
there.
gonna flash it. Stand by. Flash up.
Shielding it. It's blocked. He's got an auto though. He has an auto too. He's got an auto shot. Good God, man. Oh God. No, no. Can't kill me.
Reload.
Did you just with the shield in hand?
Yeah, I just juked him with the shield.
That's definitely a... Yeah, that's definitely a green. South green. Push.
No, they're
Try
running
to catch
past.
it. One of them has to be coming this way.
No, they blew by Enigmatic.
Oh, there's a shield in the corner.
They're getting close to toxic bat.
I believe. Door charge?
He opened it. They got him out. Nice, nice pick, nice pick.
Right.
I thought I did. Never mind. Oh, no, docks.
I don't even know what the power is, honestly.
It's by me.
Oh, I see it now. That guy just disappeared, dude. He just disappeared.
Hey, red office?
On no side, no side.
Office?
Watch out behind B.
I just killed one red office. Red office?
How many are in red office?
I don't know. I think that was it.
I got this angle held down pretty well. You guys are gonna need to smoke or flash it. Got luck.
On the right side?
Alright, that was I don't even know where I got shot from. 25 seconds, you guys need to get.
Go.
Yep. Honestly, Spooky was safe.
Go.
Oh, he was behind the bomb anyway.
I can't breach teleport.
They don't know that. What do you mean you can't?
Reach.
I don't know. I have road flares.
You get breached by me. Oh. Guys?
Load flares.
Do you want
Why
to
didn't you throw it on the outside? Why?
Come
You
up
should
here.
have thrown it outside.
Commissar, come in here. Oh.
Oh, you didn't throw it outside. You could
It's all good, it's all good, it's all good. Alright, stand on, I'm gonna stand on the desk, not die.
What are they?
Did they just breach So that was all according to our plan.
Yes.
They wasted a wall charge.
Welcome back to DreamHack Dallas. I'm Vincent Grubbs, the lead designer on Due Process, and I'm joined here
by I'm Kevin Kaufman. I'm the animator for Giant Mini Crab on Due Process.
Due Process is a 5v5 tactical shooter that focuses on planning and execution. We use procedurally generated levels to force players to come up with new plans every single round that they're attacking or defending. We use a strategic limited inventory system that forces you to balance what you're willing to expend to achieve victory.
We're here to play some quick games, and hope you guys have a good time. Hope we're going to have a fun time. Hope we see some sick strats happen, because the game allows for a variety of potential plans to happen. So, well, I don't know. What can we tell them? What can we tell them more of, huh?
So the teams that we have up on the stage right now, kind of joining us from the crowd, we have, I believe they were just formerly up here, the University of Arlington esports team is actually joining us, facing off with the band that will be playing tonight. I think I've actually forgotten the name of.
Is it Trivium?
Yes.
Yes, Trivium. Is it Trivium?
No.
No? I gotta look at the schedule.
Hopefully we'll be getting underway here really soon. The kind of key structure of Due Process is that we use a 2-minute planning phase in order for you to kind of coordinate with your team and come up with how you're going to attack or defend a building that you've probably never seen before. This is in order to encourage players to communicate with each other and reward cleverness.
So part of that, the idea being that you will learn like your player over the course of 6 rounds rather than the maps themselves, right? Really encouraging that, you know, that Yomi technique.
We wanted to make a game that focused on tactics instead of map knowledge. So Due Process uses that procedural generation to prevent the kind of static map meta that has really dominated most competitive tactical shooters that exist today. And so kind of the unique experience that we're going for is we really want you to look at a map and say, what do I think the enemy is planning to do, and how am I going to subvert that?
Yeah.
If you can see the obvious plan of what the attackers might do, you as the defenders can set up your defense perfectly. You can get your crossfire, your kill zones set up, and absolutely decimate the enemy. And it's really important to do so because the more efficient that your victory is, the more resources you can carry over into the next round to kind of punish teams that are poorly coordinated or fail to anticipate what you might be doing.
Yeah, we've today even over at our booth under the at the Annapurna booth, we've seen people who start the game and they end up using most of the resources, whether it's attackers, defenders, and it really kills them the next 2 rounds. So it's key. It's key to plan accordingly.
Hopefully, you'll be able to see these teams come up with something clever in terms of how they plan to get in the building. Some of the resources that the teams have at their disposal, the defenders have a variety of power weapons that are very effective if deployed cleverly. The attackers have a variety of kind of breaching tools in order to choose which way they would want to enter the building, which way they want to, say, create new paths in order to create a kind of a tactical advantage. One of the important features of the game is our flashbangs are attempt to model the bang portion of the flashbang, in which they're very devastating to your kind of ability to aim as they engage mouse smoothing. We've decided that flashing the player is simply not enough in order to kind of create that guaranteed entry to reward good execution by the attacking team, as well as to create opportunities for the defending team to capitalize on any mistakes the attackers might make.
Yeah, part of that being on the defending team, like, if you get flashed, you can, in fact, if you look away just in time, or if you're far enough away, you'll get hit by the bang, but you'll miss the flash, right? Okay.
All right, we're going to be getting underway here really soon. Our first map that's going to be coming up is our kill house tile set. The kill house is kind of divided into these segmented rooms that the attackers need to figure out how they're going to breach and secure each room, while the defenders, of course, have to do the opposite and decide which rooms they're going to place their defense, especially in key choke points such as doorways. The attackers, of course, could employ something such as a wall charge to breach the interior walls and make a whole new entrance that the attackers or the defenders may have anticipated and may be able to capitalize on, or if they haven't, they could completely crumple their defense as they simply are not prepared for this kind of wave of attackers flooding through a new hole.
So we'll see what the defenders do. Yeah, they could. I mean, I'm hoping this guy drops some barbed wire down at the what? Do we have a map screen up yet?
We appear to be getting underway. The teams are planning right now. We're attempting to get the map screen up for you guys to see it.
Yeah, it's a. We got a big old smiley face on the map, so some guy's having fun right now. So we can at least do our best here to describe it to you as they get that on screen. The attacking team is running around to the north side of the map. They're going to breach, it looks like, that northern fire door right into an area of the map called Kill Box. And from there, they're going, well, they just passed that, so now they're probably going around to those, looks like those windows on the west side of the map that they're going to breach in. And it looks like Frosty here is going to have a fun time encountering.
They're pretty light on the equipment from the attacking team. They're appear to be just attempting to eco this round. Oh, Molotov goes out and it's definitely set up a good chunk of the attackers on fire.
Frosty gets one down. Jobel gets Frosty. I love this guy's name. Dad's Camo Cargos, dude. He's got the best dad pants.
Currently, the defenders are held up in club, but they're not in a position to actually defend the bomb. The goal of the attackers is to defuse the bomb before the time runs out. The defenders, of course, are attempting to delay them.
Looks like Jobel trying to get through that green door. He's through. It looks like he's now peeking the south of club. They know there's 3 down there, but we'll see if they can take them out. Envy probably going for the defuse right now. He's going for it. Defending team has to push. You got to get in there, dude. He's defusing. You got to push in now.
Oh, the defenders are not pushing in the defuse.
Nope,
the
not in time.
enforcers get the successful defuse off. Oh, they threw in a Molotov just to get a couple of the attackers after their successful victory. That still counts. You still lose that equipment even if you die after the round ends. So it is very important to always keep your guard up.
I'm surprised there's still people alive on both teams. Usually one of the key things at the end of a round, especially if you end up clearing out an entire team, it's really important as the defenders because the attacker equipment and weapons are better than what you usually have as defenders. So if you kill the enemy team on defenders, you always have a little time to run around and pick up other gear and equipments like night vision goggles, like if they drop frag grenades, even the clackers you can use to basically pre-set off a charge as they place it, and you'll end up getting the guy who does that, right?
All right, so we're heading to our second tile set. So this is our convenience store. One of the key features of the convenience store you can see on the bottom of the map is basically the store is surrounded by windows, but those windows are covered by security shutters that are controlled by a switch inside the teller, which is marked by kind of that yellow gate near the bomb. The attackers appear to be trying to go through the west fire door. They could take that arcade and get lights out, which will really put the defenders in a compromised position. The attackers have flashlights on their weapons by default, as well as have access to night vision goggles. The defenders have very minimal defense to darkness. Their only tool right now is a minute-long flare that they can use really to kind of illuminate a choke point, but not illuminate an entire room. And so getting that lights out can be very devastating to the defenders.
We'll see. No defender seems to be spawning into the teller to shut those or get those shutters down. I wonder if they're going to be a little cheeky and peek them from those windows, because it is a strat for defenders to try and do that. But it can be a little dangerous. This one especially, this map has a huge open storefront.
Normally, the defenders are encouraged to shut the shutters immediately. The attackers can use a door charge in order to create essentially a keyhole in the shutters that they can kind of cover a space with, or they can use a wall charge to blow the shutter away entirely and make a new entrance. The exterior walls normally are not breachable, so one of the unique features of the C-store is that front end of the C-store is breachable by the wall charge.
Oh, they peeking hard.
Frosty appears to be knocking out the lights in order to give himself the cover of darkness, which is a potent strategy as a defender, is to give yourself a little pocket of darkness to work with. All right, the attackers are moving, though they seem to be heading towards the other fire door. Okay, no, they've turned themselves around. They're heading in the correct direction now. So there is barbed wire on that fire door, except for that the door charge will clear it and completely render it useless, and so they won't be able to use it to slow down the attackers in order to create. Oh, we're getting an engagement.
Yeah,
with the glass?
they did not close the shutters.
Oh, they have not. Oh.
Zibin is inside. He backed out, but yeah, the defenders are trying to be a little cheeky right now. We'll see what happens.
All right, the attackers have not yet placed the charge. The shutters are open, though. The defenders have opened it for them, but they've closed it again. Seems Mr. Panda is alone in the store, and his teammates cannot help him.
Dude, Mr. Panda's on a solo mission right now. Oh my God.
Mr. Panda's taking out Dad's camo cargo.
Dude, this is the MVP right now. There's 2 defenders left. Human Bender's chilling in an arcade. He's just, he's going out. He's seeing up. He gets Mr. Panda. Oh!
And is instantly taken out by Revy. The attackers will secure this round.
No, we got 1 guy left. No.
The defenders were playing with fire, opening and closing those shutters and letting the attackers in unintentionally. Sometimes that can actually be an effective strategy to cut the team in half if you can bait them. We're going to be moving on to our third tile set here, currently in due process, which is our factory tile set.
One of Factory's big themes is that it's got long sight lines and tall objects, like there's shelves that will block off certain sight lines, but there's sometimes you get these very long hallways, right, where long-range weapons become much more effective than like one of the SMGs we have in NAC 11.
The factory is one of the few maps that has verticality on it. On the left side of the factory, you can see kind of this round red object. That's actually a fan that can be shot out from behind in order to stop it and allow the attackers in, or it can be destroyed using a door charge. that fan actually gives access to a raised kind of shelving that gives the attackers a very strong perch to engage the defenders from. The attackers tend to have the advantage at range because their weapons are simply more accurate, and they have more base health than the defenders. This forces the defenders into an unfavorable position anytime they do a direct engagement with the attackers.
Attackers seem to be going for that fan currently, along with a big old smiley face on the east side of the map. Okay.
The defenders are setting up around Toxic. They expect at least someone to go through that green door on the north side. The attackers, though, seem very determined to take that fan. They could pour out into the middle of shelving and just kind of fan out. If the defenders set up good crossfire, they could capitalize on the defenders kind of breaching a room in the middle, but it doesn't look like the defenders are anticipating that play right now.
No, I wonder if they're all going to try and pile in through fan. Sometimes that's fun. I mean, if so we're currently in the setup phase. This allows you to get into position onto the map as well as change your stuff around, set barbed wire, like get in a position for ambushes. And it looks like we have Zibin hitting the north green. He's going to go in through Toxic. Actually, they're all going in through Toxic, or one might be peeking fan, it looks like.
Well, they didn't bring a charge with them, so they won't be able to blow through fan.
Oh, you can still, right, but you can still peek through it. Oh man, they blew that green door.
Oh, they do not have any barbed wire down.
Oh my God, little Drew.
Oh, that was a vicious rush on their end. Human Bender does have that auto shotgun. Oh, we appear to be changing game modes. Stand by with us for 1 moment.
Now heading to C-Store again. Or sorry, not C-Store, Kill House. That's my bad.
All right, we appear to be back on Kill House. The defenders luckily managed to keep all their equipment since that was kind of a mid-round start.
No.
The attackers appear to be highlighting the southern-eastern red door in order to do a breach into office and kind of the shortest path to the bomb. That kind of aggressive move can be easily All right, we're actually having technical difficulties. We're going to take a short break in order to sort out the audio so that you guys can actually listen to the teams planning and coordinating, as well as get the proper game mode on to show what competitive due process is actually about, which is the kind of Yomi of predicting your enemy's strategies by seeing what they have done on a map that you actually played the previous set when you switch sides.
Right. I guess in the meantime, we can talk about some favorite weapons, favorite equipment, dude, like stuff you like to do, you know, because there's...
yeah, there's a couple of popular strategies that are starting to form within our community since the game really doesn't have kind of particular map meta strategies. We focus on kind of generic tactics that are employed. For example, the quiet rush on factories in which the entire attacking team will kind of run around the outside of the factory in order to create noise elsewhere and then quietly walk up to the kind of the docks in order to breach them aggressively and flood into the space. And once an attacker really gets set up, they're very difficult to dislodge due to the nature of their more accurate weapons and higher health. Another popular tactic that I personally like to employ, refer to as the gargoyle strategy, in which you take out the fans and use the elevated ground with the riot shields in order to put visual pressure on the defenders and kind of capitalize in any moment where they become distracted or unable to keep track of the shield wielders.
Oh yeah, yeah. Also, for me personally on C-Store, I love when we go in pistols only, NVGs on, right? We rush that power. The power breaker, if you've seen on the map, is marked by a lightning bolt, right? If you turn that off, all the lights turn off. We turn them on, turn NVGs on, right? And then we just slowly walk through, right? And take them out until we get to that bomb. But yeah, hopefully we get going soon here. Other stuff? Oh man, you know what? Actually, there's a recent weapon that I rediscovered how good it was, which is the F1 Lagros. It is a semi-automatic revolver rifle. It's a bit ridiculous. The reload is really long, but man, dude, that thing, like, when you learn that recoil, it's like, wait, is it 2-hit body shot, or is
it's 4 to the body, but...
Or 4 to the body. Things have changed a little bit, you know?
Not too heavy on the details. It's very devastating at range. The defender's weapons tend to have very strong limitations to them, but also very strong strengths. The attackers tend to have more generic weapons that are kind of really good at a variety of ranges. Really, it's the kind of utility of what the attackers have at their disposal, of how they enter the building, that they're really considering, and the defenders are more focused on what kind of weapon do I want to use to defend a space. So, for example, if you're using a pump shotgun, you want to find a position where you can kind of do pop-up attacks and avoid getting caught out in the open, where the attackers can quickly dismantle you due to their, well, accurate weapons. A key strategy for the defenders, as always, though, is to use that barbed wire and key choke points. Once the attackers are slow, it's very easy to land those headshots on them because they are much bulkier than the defenders. And once you can land those headshots, the defenders start to match the attackers in lethality.
One fun thing to do, especially on C-Store, because sometimes C-Stores will spawn in with the automatic double doors, right? And if you turn the power off, when you're in that tile set, those double doors will no longer open. So what you can do is you turn that off as defenders, and then you line barbed wire. If the bomb's in a hallway, you just line it up, right? So the attackers have to slowly just peel through, right? Because now they can't come down through the double doors easily into the bomb, and you can force them into choke points where you want.
All right, we're getting started for real here. We are back with back on a C-Store. Reminder that the defenders actually cannot go outside. The building is currently being circled by a UAV, and the UAV has a short lock-on time. But if it does lock onto you, it will take out the defender very quickly.
It is a mean machine. A very mean machine. Don't test it.
The attackers appear to be interested in going through the normal green door on storage. That is a very tight room with a lot of cover for the defenders to kind of hide in. If the defenders do kind of set up a defense in storage, they can get that barbed wire down, and once the attackers are in it, they can deploy a Molotov to really do quite a bit of damage before they're able to escape. The attackers actually can clear barbed wire with the use of any type of explosive charge or frag grenade, but if they don't bring any of those, then the barbed wire can't be cleared, and they have to deal with trying to push through a very intense slow. The defenders actually appear to be setting up an office. They're bringing the auto shotgun to bear. The auto shotgun is one of the defender power weapons. It's a 20-round magazine shotgun.
Oh, baby, look at that thing.
It's absolutely devastating on flanks or close quarters where they can simply hold down the trigger and point in the general direction of the enemy.
Yeah, I think it's a monster up close. I've seen quite a few 5Ks when you're in the right position with that.
I think we're currently watching Little Drummer Boy. Hopefully he can make excellent use of this auto shotgun. He does have the barbed wire and Molotov combo. So even if he doesn't get to employ it, he still can do devastating damage with just his equipment.
He throws down barbed wire. This will slow down the attackers as they come in, and then he can pop out from bathroom and unleash devastation. I think the attackers are all going to try and go through storage. This is going to be...
Oh no! Oh no! We have our first
Dad,
friendly fire incident.
You
Dad's-
crossfired drummer boy.
I hope he at least picks up the auto shotgun.
Dad.
All right, the
Dad,
attackers
pick
are
up the
moving
auto
into
shotgun.
position.
And they're all piling. Oh man.
Oh, Dad's camo. I think he was distracted over the fact that he just killed one of his teammates.
What have you done, Dad?
All right, there's no one defending storage. There's no one to capitalize on the attackers moving through that barbed wire. It's all kind of gone to waste, and there's no one in office, so they're just kind of going to flood through the building.
Slushy was not ready. Wow, what a clear sweep.
So there is one hiding in the bathroom.
Oh my!
He does get one
Frosty.
kill.
Oh my God!
Frosty secures 2 kills, but they get the defuse off. The attackers have won this round.
Frosty!
Oh, Frosty
Dude,
manages
Frosty's got
to
a
pick
4K.
pick up a 4K and clear the rest of the team. Mr. Panda, of course, did him a favor by icing Iris Degree.
This actually works out really well because even though the enforcers won, Frosty just denied whatever equipment the attackers had on them. So that great last-minute play by Frosty.
One of the important things that they lost is the attackers lost one of their clackers. They actually only have 2 of them, and essentially they need those clackers to set off the charges, the 2 door charges or wall charge that they get. All right, then the next tile set that we're heading on to is our factory. The factory features long sight lines, verticality, as well as it has kind of a circular design that allows both teams to rotate in response to whatever the enemy team is doing. The attackers appear to be already planning to go through that north green door. Hopefully the defenders this time will be able to set up some barbed wire to actually slow them down. Though if the attackers do employ a door charge, they will be able to blow that barbed wire up and simply be able to get in freely. The attackers are also interested in the southern docks. The docks can be breached with both a door charge or a wall charge. If you breach with the door charge, you have to crouch in order to get through the docks, which leaves you vulnerable if it is being covered. So it's not always necessarily a good idea to cheap out on your breaching equipment. The defenders seem slightly concerned with the fan, but the attackers have not indicated any desire to go there.
You know, the attackers seem more interested in docks, which, as you were saying, can be quite clever if they can pull off a bit of a distraction by having maybe 1 or 2 go north and then the rest you know, go all solid snake and walk over there, right? Be all sneaky.
A big part of due process is deception, using timing in order to breach late or breach, you know, even way later than the defenders may have ever expected you to, can give you a kind of advantageous position that you may be able to get them from behind, or you simply may be able to get to a position that they were never ready to defend. For example, if they breach docks and made a hard right, they can get to that power node fairly easily because the defenders really aren't expecting them to go south.
Right.
They're actually committing quite a bit of resources to that northern defense at the moment.
Yeah, I believe there's one. Now they dropped 2 barbed wire.
Looks like Frosty is currently manning the cart. We have a shopping cart technical that essentially is impervious to bullets from the front, features an enormous 250 round mag that really is very effective at holding down narrow hallways or suppressing the attackers. But it's vulnerable to frag grenades in that the frag grenade will destroy it, and also kind of softly vulnerable to flashbangs, as that will still throw their aim off for a brief moment before they can correct.
But man, is it hard to move around. Like when you're in a position with that thing, you better be pretty solid because it's very slow to turn and move.
All right, the attackers seem to be committing actually everything to docks. The defenders have not responded yet.
All right, they got to get in. They got to rush hard.
All right, Frosty has managed to rotate the cart. Unfortunately, he is blinded by that smoke grenade, so he's simply blindly firing. He's going to get flanked.
Wow, Zibin with a flank on him.
Well, there's still 2 defenders up.
Oh my God, somebody dived to the door.
Oh, did we get a successful door kick? Mr.
Yes.
Panda just kicked the door on Human Bender.
Yes. So one thing you can do in due process is that if anybody, doesn't matter, attacker, defender, if somebody is on the opposite side of the door, and you can, in fact, when you kick the door and somebody's on the other side, it is an instant kill. You will grab them.
Using the door works both ways. It is actually can sometimes be very effective to kind of bait attackers into doors and close it as they're approaching and then kick it to instantly kill them.
Do you know how long it's been since I've actually seen that happen?
I mean, door kills are pretty rare occurrence.
That does not, that's so rare, and it happened inside as well. That was...
the normal strategy
wonderful.
with doors is you get locked into the kick animation if you don't use any type of breaching equipment such as the shotguns. And you kind of use that usually as an opportunity to take out whoever just kicked the door, because there's that small window in which they are essentially powerless.
Right, so now we're back onto our kill house theme.
So the kill house, important feature of the kill house, of course, is the segmented rooms. The attackers have to figure out how they're going to enter and clear each room to get to the bomb. The attackers seem very set on breaching reception. The defenders hopefully will be able to defend the inner hallway. If they get a barbed wire down kind of on that inner green door, not defending the red door itself, will allow them to set up very effective crossfire between club and hallway.
Yeah, and fun fact, I'll just point out here, in the UI in the upper left side of the screen on the map, you'll see Enforcer Operation Gray Neptune. The Gray Neptune part is also procedurally generated, so all of our map names are random as well. Sometimes you get some really funny stuff.
I think the defenders are actually running low right now on their kind of defensive equipment, which is their barbed wire and their Molotovs. Slushy appears to have one barbed wire, but hopefully he doesn't place it directly on that fire door, as a door charge will wipe it out and render it useless.
Dude, they think they're coming in from west. The defenders, they think they're all coming in through west. Right through lockers and office, and the attackers are just, well, they're just scribbling.
They're
We'll figure it out.
to disguise their plans from us by simply drawing everywhere.
Yeah, one thing that's really nice sitting here spectating is we can really, what's really fun is seeing like both teams plan, right? And sometimes you'll see them totally call each other out exactly where both teams are going, and you'll get amazing firefights.
The defenders are really thinking that the attackers are going to come from the west side of the map and are not set up at all for reception. Slushy is still sitting on that barbed wire. Hopefully he deploys it somewhere useful. Right, Jobel has placed the charge. Mr. Panda has the clacker.
They're going. Oh no, back up from that crate. Oh
frag
no!
Grenade fumble.
Revy, no!
Oh no.
Drummer Boy crossed Frosty. Why would you do such a thing? You were friends. Oh my god!
Oh, that was
Dad and Drummer Boy were not.
absolutely brutal. Human Bender is trying. Oh, Human Bender has been taken out by Zibin.
Oh my god.
The defenders are having a hard time finding the ground at the moment.
That was just violent in that corner. That was just mean. So one thing to be aware of, the frag grenades in this game are quite large.
Oh yes.
Wouldn't you say, Vince?
The frag grenades are we generally describe them as the equivalent of Halo 1 frag grenades. They're enormous.
Yeah.
they're small nuclear devices.
Yeah, so who threw it? Because it bounced off, right? And we've seen that before where people will accidentally, they'll miss
It
going
seems to
through
have
the door.
just thrown it low. It just seemed to bounce directly off the floor. He was not aiming nearly far enough.
Yeah, there can be some bad times where you throw that and the attacking team doesn't realize it goes off, and then it just kills all of them right in front of the door.
All right, we're coming back to our C-store tile set. As a reminder, that the attackers, the defenders have the shutters on the southern side of the store that they need to close in order to prevent the attackers from simply walking into the building. Those shutters can be left open and kind of used as a ruse and kind of engage the attackers outside. The defenders do have a very powerful sniper rifle at their disposal, which is a one-shot headshot, one of the few in the game, and very devastating damage to the body.
It's 2-shot to the body, right? That thing is fun to use too. Which, if I were here, right, if I was in this right now, personally, I'd be cheeky and I'd sit with the sniper rifle in bathroom looking out of that southern green door and keep shutters open as they came out of the truck, right, and takes cover in one of those stalls.
Interestingly enough, they've both called the same plan. The attackers are looking to breach that yellow powered door on the storefront, and the defenders are taking note to actually place defense there. Hopefully they can get some barbed wire or someone at least in a position to throw a Molotov to throw down these very aggressive attackers.
Human Bender looks to have taken the Saber, which is the attackers. Would you say it's kind of their sniper rifle on that side? Yeah, the Saber is quite a devastating weapon. It has, when you ADS, it actually automatically has night vision on it, so if the lights are off, you'll be able to see through it. And then it also does have a canted sight on the right side of the gun, so when you brace fire, you can use that for close quarters. But the Saber is not exactly the most effective in a close quarters situation. So if he ends up going through storage with that gun, that's it's going to be tough. It can be done, but it's going to be tough.
All right, it seems the defenders have not yet closed the shutters.
Yeah, let's see, who has that mop? No one seems to have taken it.
All right, the defenders have closed the shutters, so that'll prevent a free entry for the attackers. Right now, they seem to be committing to going through north green door.
I think they've just completely forgone going through shutters. Where's Human going? Oh, he's going down south. Well, he'll get around there. Attackers are in.
Right, Fasadi has got Zibin. Oh, Dad's camo cargo. Nailing 2 kills, but the storage push has been stopped. Oh, Revi has head outside, but the UAV does not miss.
That was...
Slushy is currently attempting to figure out if he can go through that fire door, and the answer is no. Human Bender is up north.
All the defenders need to do now is hold their positions to let the attackers come to them. They're in a pretty good position to win this fight. Yeah, they're in a really good position now. Slushy's got to get over there. He's got to try and win this in the next minute and 15 seconds. He cannot go through a red door without a door charge, so he's got to go in through the north.
Mr. Panda is set up for any attacker. Slushy is using that shotgun, which is not very effective at range.
Oh my gosh. Mr. Panda, don't do it.
He almost took out his own teammate, Jobel.
Oh!
Oof.
Defenders taking the round. You know, one thing that's like so important in this game as attackers is that you have to just be able to, right when you breach, you have to go in. You know, you got to just, especially in close quarters, you just got to get in there, right? And get the information that you can get. Because if you sit outside, people will peek you.
The attackers are actually immune to their own flashbangs. They are fully equipped in tactical equipment, protected hearing, as well as protected vision. And so a very key part of due process is using those flashbangs very aggressively. The window that they give you is very short, but very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult to compensate for the kind of mouse smoothing that is engaged when you get flashbanged. It's not impossible, it's just extraordinarily difficult. And with practice, you can be somewhat combat effective, but you're not going to be landing a series of headshots.
And we are now back to factory. Enduring Oracle, what a name.
This is a fairly small factory. On the left side of the map is 2 toxic vats. One of the features of factories is environmental hazards. If you fall into those vats, they will just instantly kill you. But one of the favorite strategies of some of the community is to intentionally jump in the vats to prevent the enemy team from claiming weapons as they're losing. Not
Really? I haven't
particularly a
seen that
sound
yet.
strategy, but I've seen it employed.
Really?
The attackers appear to be setting up for a two-prong breach, southern fire door and the northern green door. Near the southern fire door is the power node, and if those attackers can get it out, they can use that darkness to their advantage.
And we'll see. I want to see a lights out strat. We still haven't seen that yet.
No, you really got a plan to pull off a lights out strategy. You have to intentionally, of course, bring your night vision goggles with you. Of course, if you lose your night vision goggles, the defenders can use them against you, and that is very potent since the defenders can kind of optionally shoot out lights to create their own personal pocket of darkness. And those NVGs become very powerful when used that way.
As it looks like, I believe that's Revy was shooting out some lights over there. We'll see. Jobel on the cart. He's probably going to be setting up. Yeah, he's going to set up right around Perch and just watch that huge entrance, those double doors into storage. I mean, because that's a pretty good choke point. You do have to worry about this Toxic on the left side, but he's in a pretty good position to hold down both.
Okay, it seems the attackers are committing to a eco strategy and going to go all entirely through that north green door. The defenders haven't employed any barbed wire to slow them down, so they can be fairly aggressive. Revy is down.
Revy just...
Those attacker
No
weapons are
chance.
very accurate at range. If you get caught out, they will devastate you.
Slush, they got to get in there. The attackers got to get in. They're in a good position. They cannot wait.
All right, the defenders did not capitalize at all on the barbed wire that they placed on that green door. They've really just let the attackers walk in. They may be trying to bait them into that shopping cart, currently manned by Jobel, but he's actually not in a good position to suppress them.
Wow, Zibin with a good double kill.
Oh, I think Mr. Panda landed a mop shot and took out most of their health. Human Bender is still currently holding with a little drummer near the toxic vents.
Wow, dude, Zibin's on fire right now. Dude, he gets the 4K. That was amazing, dude. Zibin was just... Dude, he's feeling it. He was feeling good that round.
All right, it seems that the defending team there really just swept a victory. The format of the game is best of 9, and they just nabbed 5 wins in a row. We're going to be going to break here in a moment while we set up for the next set. Hopefully we'll get a better match going for you guys to enjoy.
Do we know who's coming on next? Are we switching out teams yet? Because
I actually have no idea. Hopefully we'll get some good competition going, though.
is this the devs one?
No, I don't think so.
No, we don't have devs coming on. Dude, we had some amazing matches. Like, there's some players who have come to the booth who, like, after they played, I don't know, maybe like one or two whole sets and figured out the game, we've played against them, and it was a good time. So,
all right, we'll be back right after this break.
We'll see you guys soon.
They told me not to make a sound when I walk around, so I step real lightly on the ground. I wonder what it used to be, all this machinery, got no room to breathe. The walls are running into me, there's something
away, vacay, rendezvous. All day too, maybe parlez-vous. Francais, gotta go where it's picante. I will find wine and reach the rente. My stomach's concave. Trilingual with the lingo. Need to go worldwide like a hit single. Married to the game like a Beatle with a Ringo on the pinky region. Sink my teeth into the slice of life. The time and the price is right. Tonight's the night where I just might wake up next morning, a different location. Racing, dash to the city, no stopping. You think I make trick shots, how I'm globe trotting. Compass the map and let's get lost and live sweet like yams with extra salt.
I wonder what it used to be. My nights are played out. I got to go to work. I'm eating takeout. Just got to find some time to get on up and make out. I don't know what to do. Just
Welcome back to Due Process. I'm Kevin Kaufman, animator on Due Process, joined by Vincent Grubbs. He's one of the lead
I'm the lead designer on Due Process. If you're just joining us, Due Process is a tactical 5v5 shooter that uses procedurally generated levels to force the attacking and defending teams to come up with a new plan every time they play. So we're here on our C-Store tile set.
Blood Oracle, as you can see in the upper left.
Important feature of the C-Store is the southern storefront is made of glass, but it is covered by security shutters that is controlled by a button inside the security teller. The defenders, of course, generally keep those shutters closed. The attackers can breach those shutters if they use a wall charge, or they can make a keyhole if they use a door charge. The defenders seem to be setting up for a kind of kill box in between the two refrigerators in the storefront. Maybe they'll even leave the shutters open and just draw the attackers in. The attackers, on the other hand, seem to be interested in pushing through storage and attacking from behind. If the defenders kind of set up a kill box using a fridge and arcade, they can be very devastating if the attackers are caught in barbed wire.
As they will be, seeing as who dropped that down? Is that Sig Bear?
I think it's Big.
Oh, it's Big Bear.
Yeah, Big Bear.
Big Bear. Do what a name, Big Bear.
All right, the defenders have actually committed 2 sets of barbed wire to the northern defense, but they still haven't closed the shutters. Hopefully they remember to do that. Okay, they haven't closed now, so they'll be safe.
We also have another barb on the northern fire door, as well as barb in those. Is that a double door in our
They've
arcade?
committed quite a few barbs
to this level. Oh my God, barbed
level.
wire in the south bathroom too. They're barbing hard.
All right, the attackers are trying to push through storage, but they are moving slow through that barbed wire.
Big Bear down. Sorry,
We've got a frag grenade out on the barbed wire. It's cleared it. They can push through the arcade.
Attackers pushing through freezer now.
X-King Nick 22 picks up 2 kills. Iris Degree, X-King Nick's picked up another one. Is he going to go for 4? Oh, he gets the 4th kill. It's down 1v1, and they're both at a sliver of health. One bullet will do either one in. Oh, and he gets it.
Oh, no, dude. I guess that's why they call him King Nick. King Nick with that 5K.
The attackers didn't really commit too many resources to that assault, though, but their aggression kind of combined with the lack of planning once they got in the building, essentially just kind of put them at the disadvantage. The ad hoc defense of the defenders was good enough to counter that aggression.
Yeah, that we'll see what happens, but they committed, I think, too much barbed wire. Like, a big part of this game is resource management over the course of 3 rounds, so like that, they don't have that barbed wire anymore. I mean, they're just gonna have to wing it.
That barbed wire would be very useful. The attacking team seems to be very aggressive with their plays. They like to get in there fast, get in close and deal damage with those shotguns. All right, the attackers seem to already be committing to a lights-out strategy through club.
Oh, dude, yes.
Unfortunately, if they do shut off that power, those automatic doors will stay shut or stay open depending on which state they were in when the power goes down. They may not know that, so they will be confronted with a problem in kitchen in which they'll have to either backtrack through kill box or turn the power back on.
Please turn the power off. I want to see some night vision goggles, dude. I want to see some sick plays.
The defenders are setting up for a defense in kitchen. That kind of bend in kitchen is very strong. If they save some of their barbed wire, putting the barbed wire down on that northern green door with the flare would make it very untenable for the attackers to push through.
Big Bear just picked up a grouper. Also, that is a personal favorite of mine. I love that little gun. That little SMG, it is beastly mid-range. Oh, wow,
Hopefully some of these defenders pick up some flares. The flares are one of their few defenses against the darkness. It provides a minute of light, and the nature in which it illuminates the space where they're thrown actually hampers the NVGs. It kind of blooms them and makes it very difficult to see targets on the other side of flares.
Sounds so ominous when you say protection from the darkness. All right, well, we're in setup right now. Defenders are just
all right, Big Bear
position.
does actually have a flare, so he can deploy that to keep the light going.
It's 1 minute of light, yes?
Yeah, 1 minute.
1 minute of flare light.
The rounds are only 2 minutes, so how quickly you get those how quickly you get the power out can make a big difference as to whether those flares will save you or not.
All right, here we go. Attackers breaching eastern fire door. Oh, he's got to get closer. There it goes.
The flash is in. Oh, he did get a Molotov on in the charge.
Dude, why does everybody have the best names I've ever seen? Beard Tater? Bearded Tater? Attackers, get those lights. Yes!
All right, they are in darkness. Oh, no.
Mr. Panda, hit end. There you go.
Crip Kepa did not get...
Oh, man. It is...
Crip Kepa did not get his Molotov off. That actually could have given him enough light in order to hold Kitchen.
Dude, it's dangerous now, but yeah, since Mr. Panda is zipping on the northern side of the map, they got to run all the way around through that barbed wire.
Oh no, hopefully Big Bear deploys his flare here.
Big Bear's still holding on to barbed wire.
Those attackers, oh
my God.
Somehow, through the darkness, he manages to get a kill. The attackers are friendly firing each other at the moment.
Big Bear down.
Oof.
So I'm telling you, darkness plus NVG is dangerous. It's mean. That is what I love to see. It's like my favorite play to do as attackers.
They could have potentially held that doorway. Big Bear really needed to deploy that flare on the doorway, and then they simply needed to stand back and use kind of that choke point of light to do hit-and-run tactics as the attackers try to move through and find him.
Wow, Revy had a frag, and he didn't even need he had a frag grenade. Didn't even need to use it.
All right, the defenders are dangerously low in equipment going into this next round. They have used or lost all of their barbed wire. They get 6 used across all 3 rounds. The attackers have used 2 door charges. They still have 1 door charge or 1 wall charge left. Oh no, excuse me. They actually have 1 door charge and 1 wall charge left, so they can do a dual breach. But they seem to be favoring kind of group tactics where they all hammer through one entrance very aggressively.
Sometimes those are the best. I mean, I was saying earlier, you gotta you gotta pile in, dude. When you breach that door,
it can be very difficult to engage multiple enemies as a defender. The extra 50 health that the attackers have really makes a big difference.
As we see here now on Factory, attackers might be interested in doing docks, but it looks like they're probably going north. No, they're gonna try dot. Yeah, they're gonna try and do a bull rush all the way to the bomb and just cover the southern area of the map.
They appear to have also circled the fan. It looks like they might put 1 guy up there to nab any counter rotations or simply get any picks if the defenders aren't paying attention to it.
Yeah. So you can peek through that fan, and you can peek and shoot through the fan. It doesn't need to be off, but you cannot enter through it if it's on and spinning. You will die instantly. But it seems to have an okay peak, but if they do turn it off, would you say your favorite strat on this map? Like, he could go in with a shield and become a gargoyle standing on those boxes.
Yes, the gargoyle strategy would be very effective on this map. They could take out that fan and using the full body shield, simply walk around on top of those shelves in order to get into a position that kind of distracts the defenders, and in any moment that the defenders lose track or simply have to engage someone else, they can drop that shield and engage. They seem to be going for an all-in fan strategy at the moment. If the defenders were to set up a good crossfire against shelving, it could be very difficult for the attackers to actually push through.
Dude, what a map name. Iron Trident.
All right, they're changing it. They're definitely committing at least a few people to toxic. We'll see what they send up there.
All right, 4 seconds to execution. And away we go. Attackers now piling out of the van.
The defenders actually turned off the power for the moment. One of the alternate ways to get through the fan is to shut off the power. All right, we got oh, they seem to be changing their mind.
No, did they not? Were they out of charge? I think they're out of charges. No, he got it.
Mr. Panda just blew the fan and threw in a smoke grenade, likely just to distract the defenders.
Oh, Mr. Panda.
All right, these attackers are all pushing through that barbed wire right now, but no one can see through that smoke. Oh, there's a frag grenade out. Oh.
Oh my God.
Big Bear did not see it as he rounded the corner and took him out instantly. Oh, the attackers have simply dismantled the defenders on this round.
That is a clean sweep. That was smooth. See, that's it. They just got to get by. That was smooth.
That was a.
And another amazing username, Crypt Keeper.
That was a very efficient and well-executed plan by the attackers. The defenders simply were not set up to respond to each other's calls.
Jobel, yeah, as you can see, Jobel, Factory, one of the other gimmicks in Factory is some of those loading docks sometimes have like the back of a semi-truck. The huge truck portion like actually will be lined up like it's shipping something into this factory, and you can open it up and go hide in there. Right?
Occasionally provides very strong line of sight and good cover for something like the sniper rifle to hide in. All right, so we're going to be switching sides here. The very aggressive attacking team will now be on the defense, and we'll see what they'll be able to pull off and maybe be able to use their equipment a bit more wisely to slow down the attackers.
I was going to say, this happened to me one time on Factory, which is really funny. I was hiding in like this, you know, the semi-truck, and I closed the door and I was waiting, but then the attackers turned off the power. And since the loading door needs the power, I was now stuck in there. And then they all came, like 4 of them came up to the truck, turned on the power, opened it, just wasted me.
All right, we are on a new C-store.
Rogue Splinter.
All right, the defenders have already called out that freezer. That freezer is very, very dangerous for the attackers to push in. The freezer doors are unique in that the only part of the door that you can shoot through is the tiny glass window. And so they're essentially kind of pillboxes that the defenders or attackers can use against each other. Another feature of those freezer doors is they can't be kicked, which means they have to be opened slowly, which does kind of present an opportunity for the attackers to kind of capitalize on those actions. The attackers seem to be doing a split, 2 through the freezer, kind of that free green door, and 2 through the southeastern red door.
Was that the South Crazy KO?
Yeah, Crazy KO is bringing the door charge and the clacker.
Along with my favorite player, Bearded Tater. This is actually going to be quite interesting if they do they're going to do a split with one team coming through storage, because it doesn't look like that defending team's not really worried about that eastern side of the map, or well, now somebody's over there.
They haven't quite highlighted storage, and they may just think that due to the long path that you have to take through storage that the attackers won't actually use it. But of course, any type of flank in due process is very deadly.
I'll see, what's Revy doing? He's chilling in the bathroom, now he's in freezer. Oh, yeah, is he putting down? Yeah.
So Mr. Panda has put down barbed wire in front of the freezer door. Big Bear does have a frag grenade. He could potentially use it to clear that barbed wire.
And now we're off. Some of that music. So another fun thing about the C store is there are speakers sometimes in the map in the corner that play just generic music, you know, which most people shoot them out. So.
The speakers never last long. The defending team is very interested in that freezer door. They're very suspicious that someone's going to be coming through it, but the attackers are very patient for the red.
Crazy KO needs to get closer to get that door charge to launch. He needs to mash that by. There you go.
Their patience may be rewarded. The defending team is no longer paying attention to the freezer.
Keepa missing that flashbang.
All right, that delayed kick, Mr. Panda and Zivin are both responding to it, though.
The Southern attacking team facing no trouble at all so far. They're just taking their time.
All right, the attackers are moving into the proper storefront. Jobel there with the auto shotgun, very devastating at close range. Mr. Panda is taken down.
Wow, Crazy KO being a good shield right now.
Oh, Revy is down. That auto shotgun's coming in from behind.
Oh my God! Jobo!
Oh no, he's cleaning up.
Run, Jobo! No!
Oh, that auto shotgun got a wonderful flank and just took out the attackers.
Yo!
Hopefully the defenders do reclaim that auto shotgun to bring it in the next round.
Yeah, I don't know if he brought both magazines with him or if he only left one. Yeah. So we'll see. Dude, that was amazing. That flank was.
Anytime.
Dude, that was good.
Anytime you get a successful auto shotgun flank, it feels good that you can just pound the trigger into just devastating the enemy. 20 rounds is a lot of 12 gauge ammunition to go through.
I mean, we've seen in our community when testing, we've seen like amazing 5Ks when the guy with the auto shotgun just catches the attackers off guard. I mean, sometimes they get their own teammates. You know, we've had people before where it's just like a giant fight in one tiny room and the auto shotgun comes in. It's like, well, I'm just going to be indiscriminate right now.
And just sweeps up. But on the flip side, one good flashbang and that auto shotgun is shooting at the roof.
Yeah.
And is just as easy a target as any other weapon. All right, we are back on our kill house tile set. Important thing about the kill house is, of course, these segmented rooms that the attackers and defenders can kind of set up multiple defenses or attack phase lines in their plan. The attackers seem to be going for kind of an economical plan at the moment. They're focusing on bedroom. Due to the nature of the limited charges that the attackers have, sometimes you do want to save your resources and see if you can kind of push through in a cheap way in order to kind of strong arm the following round with more resources.
Yeah, that's right. One thing I haven't seen, I mean, we've seen attackers use flashbangs, but we haven't seen, at least yet, like all 5 bring them and use them, because like flashbangs are like together, if you pile them all into one room, it is devastation for defenders. Like you are just running around like a chicken with your head cut off, you know?
Oh, it seems one of the defenders was actually taken out by the drone already. He attempted to leave their defending starting area.
Mean machine, man. Don't test it. Do not test the UAV. Well, now it's 4v5, so good luck to defense.
All right, they have actually brought in the shopping cart technical, and it is facing that northern green door. The technical is vulnerable to flashbangs as it will throw its aim off, and it can be destroyed by frag grenades. But if the attackers don't bring anything to counter it, it is absolutely devastating because he can just simply hold down the trigger on that doorway. Hopefully he's well supported by his team, as the attackers can split up and attempt to flank him.
Oh my God, dude, this is gonna be amazing.
All right. Crazy Ko's up front with that shield. He's drawing some of the fire of that cart.
Dude, Crazy KO.
All right, they've employed the smoke grenade. They can get the flank off.
Oh my God, dude, he is. Hold it. No, Crazy, no.
Oh, that is a devastating flashbang. He just hit 3 people at nearly point-blank range.
Oh my God,
Unfortunately,
this
he's not
guy,
capitalizing
dude,
on
Jobel
it.
is... He's holding it down. Wow.
Oh, it's just Big Bear left.
Wow,
Oh my.
dude, that was disgusting. That was gross. That was just rough. Absolutely rough for the attackers.
The attackers did not actually had the opportunity to push in between that shield and smoke grenade, but they were kind of skittish around the outside door.
Yeah,
Key
I'm gonna
part
say-
of due process is really that aggression the attackers need to make use of.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, dude, my MVP for that round was Crazy KO. Dude, that shield, he just holding up there. Oh my God! Anyway, now we should be moving back to factory, I believe.
Yeah, we are switching sides again. Oh no, excuse me, we're going to factory again. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. I know how this game works. Wow, look how many loading docks are on the southern part of that map. Sometimes, how many does it go up to? Because sometimes I
it
see
can go
it
all the
go
way
forward.
up to 7, I believe. But the only 3 of them are actually available to breach. 3 of them are blocked by cargo trucks. So in this factory is an office that actually provides quite a bit of overwatch to the rest of the factory, as it has those northern and southern windows. When combined with the fan, holding both the office and the fan can actually cover most of the factory and provide the attackers with a very strong footing and put the defenders at a disadvantage. The defenders definitely do not want to lose that office, and they definitely do not want to let attackers freely engage through that fan.
Yeah, the elevated perch, like you said, is just very, very powerful. I love sitting up there with an F1 Lagrange, my favorite gun, right? Because you just, it's so good. Though I don't think the fan and the office can peek each other, because in factory there are tall obstacles like these shells where you can see on the map those darker gray objects.
Iris Degree is bringing in the MOP sniper rifle. It is a one-shot headshot and deals devastating body damage. It's not necessarily always a great thing to go for the head, because it is easier to get a collateral if you hit 2 people in the chest and quickly switch to your pistol.
Zibin bringing a Molotov, which is incredibly powerful if placed just right. I mean, I've seen entire teams just like melt. No pun intended.
Well, the attackers are going for the fan, and if they deploy that Molotov on the perch as they blow it, they will prevent them from being able to use the catwalk, and they'll either be forced to retreat or drop down into the warehouse.
Yeah.
The attackers seem to be doing a 2-prong approach. They are going for that normal green door as well as the fan, but the defenders really haven't set up anything around that fan. Seems he's going to be able to freely place that door charge without the attacker or the defenders actually noticing. Perhaps a delayed breach may be to their advantage. The defenders are swinging around to that fan. They are concerned about it.
All right, Bearded Tater going in through fan. He's peeking fan, trying to get at Revy. Another missed flashbang by Crypt Keeper. Defenders throwing a Molotov on that door that Crip is on.
They are going to delay him. Big Bear is on the fan with the saber.
Oh man, defense. I think defense has this on lock, dude. They just totally called out where they were.
They seem to just simply have the better shooters.
Also, I mean, look at all that barbed wire. How are you supposed to walk through that?
That's why you bring a frag grenade.
True.
I think it's been a little hopeful for Crypt Keeper to take out 4 enemies, but he's at least in the factory now.
Oh wow, I missed Mr. Panda. TKing his own teammate. Why do people do that? What, like, why do you want to? Where's the love?
It is.
Love your teammates.
It is round 3.
It is round 3, so we will see what both teams do. But that was, dude, that was a pretty clean sweep by defenders. That was like
3 strong sets as attackers, followed by 3 strong sets as defenders. The other team simply did not find a window.
No.
They weren't using their aggressive tactics, and they weren't using their defensive equipment wisely.
No. Nah.
I mean, that's essentially due process in a nutshell, is you have to be pretty good at attempting to call out what the enemy team is going to do. The kind of foresight is really key in setting up your defense for assault, you know, being flexible in order to...
All right, guys, well, we're about to be off. Thanks for watching. This was Due Process. If you're at DreamHack, you can come play the game at the Annapurna booth, which is just across from the main stage. Thanks, anyone on stream, for watching. Like, hope you enjoyed, had a good time. We love showing this game off, and hope to have it out to you soon.
And come play it to get a free beta key.
Beta keys, come get them. See ya.
Straight for the bomb here.
Assault with long range.
If we can get crossfire in the arcade, we can actually take it.
Don't stand that close to the...
That
was me, that was me, that was
How
me.
did that happen?
I'm aware it was you. Here, watch this.
Okay, Vince, are you covering me?
Kind of.
Alright, I got him.
South by window, he's lit.
Oh my god, we did it! Yeah, we did it!
Alright, let's hurry.
Alright, placing wall charge. Charge set.
Charge set. Alright. Alright. There's they got shopping cart right there.
Throwing a frag grenade.
You can shoot through the wall, you can shoot on you can hit the shopping cart.
Oh, I see the shopping cart. I got him.
Nice.
That's it.
GG.
Hey, alright.
Hey, Golden.
Yeah.
Can you pull the power switch when I tell you?
Yeah.
Now.
Close.
Alright, you can turn it back on.
Alright, do we get ready? Yeah, clacking now. Alright. Is ship going first? First side?
There's no one in here yet. See, yeah, no one in here.
Alright, get the wall charger. Alright. Clacking in 3, 2. Tossing clack outside.
Going.
Gunner's zone.
Oh shit! There's a guy in corner.
There He's dead.
Nice. Diffuse.
This one left.
Oh, he's smoked off.
I'm flanking him.
I'm winning the fuse.
Oh yeah, someone defuse.
Nice.
be somebody behind that. One more. This guy on the cart. That's it. Reload.
Got him.
Holy boys, dude.
We've
got a body block, so somebody can see it.
This plan relies on going fast, though, so.
I got the smoke out. Send it.
Go, go, go. I'm defusing. Cover, cover, cover.
I'm like on the right side here.
They're in the truck. They're in the truck. Frosty, press the button. Press the button. Close the truck. Close the truck.
He's stuck in there, dude. Did they close this in here?
They did.
Yeah. You guys gonna have the wall bang?
This is bad.
There's two in there. There's two in there, dude.
Watch out, watch out.
Freezer.
Freezer, I got one in freezer.
Alright. I took down 2.
There's one more, he was in arcade last I saw him. But I saw him a bit. He was in like the connection between freezer and the arcade. That door to the right.
He's in freezer storage.
Got him. Alright.
Get a shotgun. I think we do a simultaneous breach through here and here. Somebody's always gonna be up here.
I disagree. We have 2 green. I think we should blow a door hole either here or here and cover this so they can get inside.
Okay. Do we still have the saber? No, we don't.
No, the cyber guy dropped it.
No, he just grabbed it. Oh yeah. Okay. Fossey, you're gonna cover with the black tar right out here, looking into here. We're breaching this one with the door charge.
I mean, like I
Ozzy,
said, we
you're
have
on
2
that.
green doors, so we can definitely do something with that. Like,
I can shotgun.
2, 1.
Yeah. I'll shotgun here, and then run all the way around.
That's why
You could probably get up on top of this right here and look in.
You just need to get this door, Frosty. It's all you need to do, because then we can push in easily.
Okay, so I'll go with
I
Ozzy
have the
then.
door charge, and Frosty, you're gonna take the door charge and the clacker probably.
Cyber, come here. Yeah, come here. Alright.
Okay, shotgun it in a minute.
3, 2, 1, breaching.
Frag out. Yeet. Oh god, he
Why
killed
is
me.
this not working?
Hey guys, MVG. Oh, never mind it. Here, take the power. Hey, Mac, what are you doing? No. He went back in the middle.
Cart is by bomb.
25. Catwalk, left stop. Yep. Both of them, one left. There you go.
Nice.
Fuse it 2.
Defuse.
1.
Good to go.
Right where Red Commodore puck is. Go in the hallway and wallbang. Oh.
Commissar's dead.
Yep. Yeah. His puck was there. It's right where there's a cart right there. I can't move Squidward's puck there. There's a cart. There's a cart right to your left in the wall. Eternal. No,
Eternal, turn to your left.
I can't put the snake.
Eternal.
Right there. Right where his neck. Shoot the wall. Look at your map. Look at your map and shoot right where his next puck is. Just wallbang.
Okay, just do it.
There's a card right. Spam it. There you go. Left. There you go. Go in. No, go in. He moved. Colonel, you have to go in. Go to your north. Yeah, he's just double top.
Guys, defuse. Yeah.
Dude. You got him in one shot. Yeah, control you as in umbrella.
They're coming through South Green. They're coming on the catwalk. Threw a frag at me. Missed.
One was on catwalk. Yeah,
nice job, Stellaric. Get an ace.
There you go.
Nice ace, Stellaric.
Alright, don't waste ace. What's
There.
Three guys in here, one guy bomb. One guy bomb. Thanks, one guy middle.
One down.
One bomb.
Bomb next.
Still on bomb. You got TK. Behind bomb.
He's down.
Nice.
Good job.
Really quick, really.
I got the smoke there.
Watch out for the drone.
They killed me, they're going for power. Yep. I couldn't stop them. I damaged them a lot, but I couldn't kill them. They breached near above.
They're running up catwalk.
Green, nobody covered green. Trying catwalk. Behind you. One's defused. Another one defused. Last defused.
No!
Oh. Are they using images or flashlight?
Both.
Barbed wire on dinghy.
Yeah, the cart is at the end of the hall.
Okay, we need to find.
Okay, I have the frag. I'm gonna open the door.
Ow. Okay.
Oh, did he angle?
No, let me get the car. Get back up, frag.
It's fine. Everything's no, it's not.
I said.
I know. I was not thinking. I didn't think about
You
that.
cover me.
Is the enemy down?
The enemy is down.
One enemy left. There's one enemy left.
Yeah,
Where is he?
Watch out! I got a frag on.
Come on, off. I hate this.
Did I just kill everyone?
What did you do?
My red door.
They're going to shed. One shed. One shed. Watch out, Snaga.
Yep.
I'm staying quiet until they pressure. They're not in arcade yet. They're shooting from far.
Yep. Wall charge through office. Oh, it got me too. God damn.
It's the right. No door. Got him.
Nice. Nice. One left.
Where is he?
Nice.
Oh my god.
Mike.
That's a
Nice
flex
job.
tape if I've ever seen one. Eat my beans.
You'll never take me alive.
Okay, get away.
Phil, you have a flash?
I have a flash. I'm gonna pop it later because it's just a one-way thing here. Okay, flash now. Flash it.
Alright, I got one down there.
Okay, I'm gonna smoke bomb.
Yeah, I smoke.
Where was he?
Smoke out.
Damn it. I'm gonna try the lights. Got another one there. I'm gonna try defuse.
I'm diffusing.
Well, you do, yes.
I'm not
placard. Play safe.
I got it.
Alright. Nice. I hate this.
I flashbang.
Why did you take the shield?
Because I can't turn the flashlight on, otherwise it'll be fine.
Flash it.
Mop
Right,
at the end.
That's a smoke.
Ah,
God.
Smoke,
I did it. Now you guys.
Alright, I'm back. I'm gonna need to grab that shield again. Hold on.
Teleport it.
I got the shield. I got the shield.
I'm gonna flash it. Stand by. Flash up.
Shielding it. It's blocked. It's blocked. He's got an auto though. He has an auto too.
He's got an auto shot.
Good God, man.
Oh God.
No, no! Can't kill me!
Reload.
Did you just use the shield again?
Yeah, I just juked him with the shield.
That's definitely a. Yeah, that's definitely a green. South green. Push.
No, they're
Try
running
to catch
past.
it. One of them has to be coming this way.
No, they blew by Enigmatic.
Oh, there's a shield in the corner.
They're getting close to toxic bat.
Flag, I believe. Door charge?
He opened it. They got him out. Nice pick.
Nice.
Thought I did. Never mind. Oh no, docks.
I don't even know what the power is, honestly.
It's by me.
Oh, I see it now. That guy just disappeared, dude. He just disappeared.
Hey, red office?
No side, no side.
Office?
Watch out behind B.
I just killed one red office. Killed two red office?
How many are in red office?
I don't know. I think that was it.
I got this angle held down pretty well. You guys are gonna need to smoke or flash it.
Got luck.
On the right side?
Alright, that was more.
'I don't even know where I got shot from.
25 seconds, you guys need to get.
Go.
Yep.
Honestly, Spooky, you stay in the left.
Go.
Oh, he was behind the bomb anyway.
You can't breach teleport.
They don't know that. What do you mean you can't?
Reach.
I don't know. I have road flares.
You get breached by me.
Oh.
That's
guys?
Load flares.
you want
Why
to
didn't
talk?
you throw it on
Come
the
up here.
outside? Why
Come
you
up
should
here.
have thrown it outside?
Commissar, come in here. Oh.
Oh, you didn't throw it outside. You
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. All right, stand. I'm gonna stand on the desk, not die.
What are they?
Did they just freak out? So that was all according to our plan.
Yes.
They wasted a wall charge.